Yes, thank you very much, and it's a great honor for me to have this conversation with you. About our work in the Philippines, in the past many years, I have been working with diverse communities on a wide range of issues that pertain to, of course, in general, the environment, but in particular, the climate crisis. As a member of the Laudato Si movement, formerly the Global Catholic Climate Movement, I work with parishes and dioceses and faith-based organizations in, of course, bringing to life the vision of Laudato Si for integral ecology and helping people and communities in the journey towards ecological conversion. This is something that I hold very dearly in my heart, and I've invested so much time on this. As this has also allowed me to spend a lot of time with the most vulnerable communities affected by social injustice, by the climate crisis, and of course now the COVID pandemic. Yes, there are several moments in my life that has greatly influenced the work that I do, including the advocacy that I feel so strongly about. Obviously, one of those moments was in 2013 when Super Typhoon Haiyan hit the Philippines. I was still a climate negotiator representing the country during that time. And the typhoon, the super typhoon, made landfall in my family's hometown. It left a massive trail of devastation. Thousands of people died during that time, and we lost friends and loved ones to the typhoon. That in itself has been a very important defining moment in my journey. Of course, that was not a long time ago. Um, that was just about 8 years ago. But that has pushed me and many of those who have survived the typhoon, including my family members, to continue this advocacy, to continue this journey towards pursuing climate justice for people affected disproportionately by the climate crisis. Yes, absolutely. There is a very fundamental connection between spiritual acknowledgement and the work that we do to open the eyes of people to the reality, not just of climate change, but um, of the injustice that we see in our society. Um, of course, there is a problem in the environment. There is a problem in our atmosphere right now. That's why we have the climate crisis. There is a problem in the air, in the water, in all around us. But the biggest problem we have is in our hearts. And unless we're able to confront that problem within ourselves, if we cannot look into our hearts, then nothing we do to try to make things better out there will make sense. In the midst of all of the challenges we face and all of the difficulties, all of the heartaches, all of the frustration we see all around us, that happens at any point in life. And the same reasons that make us lose sleep at night, these should be the same reasons that would make us get out of bed in the morning. Because if we ask ourselves, is there hope? The only answer to that is yes. Hope is the only thing that is stronger than fear. Sometimes we do our advocacy, sometimes we clamor for change, sometimes we stand up and shout to the top of our lungs the radical change that we want to see in this world for many different reasons. Sometimes we do it because we're angry. Sometimes we do it because we're frustrated, we're disappointed. But for me, one of the biggest lessons, and I like to share this especially with young people, is that as we embrace this vision of a better world, as we work to encourage others to believe in it, we should do it out of love. Love should be at the center of our advocacy. Love should be at the center of our desire to see change in this world. And in particular, when we stand up to advocate to avert the biggest ecological crisis that we've ever faced as a human family, the climate crisis can only be overcome if we do things out of love. We still we still confront a process that is slow, a process that has not delivered as responsibly as necessary, as dictated by the science, and as deserved by the people and communities around the world. So my expectations for COP26 is that we 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 do deserve, and we do demand the highest ambition for action. But my realistic expectations is that the kind of political delays that have happened in the past years will continue, and that means we have to find other ways. We have to find other ways to solve the problem. We have to find other venues to make people understand this reality and open the eyes of people to the urgency of the climate crisis. Book. I think I'd go for the book. I do have a lot of recommendations. I love to read, and one of my favorite books is a spiritual book. It's a book entitled "Peace is Every Step," and the author is a Buddhist monk. His name is Thich Nhat Hanh. I've been reading this book for more than 20 years now. It has given me a lot of strength and inspiration, and a perspective towards peace in the world. And that's why I believe that peace is the only way towards overcoming all of our challenges. So I would strongly recommend this book to anyone who believes in achieving inner peace and also achieving peace in the world. I also have another recommendation, and it's actually something that's dear to me, a book that would every climate activist or climate advocate should read. This book by Naomi Klein, This Changes Everything. So anybody who cares about the future of the world and how climate change affects all of us and how we can avert this crisis, you should read Naomi Klein's book. So these are two books that I would recommend.